These people are lying to you. These people are neocons. Turn this shit off. Or at least when you listen to understand how they're lying. They want to tell you there's somebody somewhere who looks different than you, who thinks different than you, who speaks different than you, who believes in a different God than you, and they are constantly evolving. The world and technology is constantly evolving, and because it's constantly evolving, we have to evolve with it. And in order to do that, we need your money. We need you to pay. And sometimes what happens is going to be organic, and sometimes what happens is going to be manufactured. And when it all gets to moving fast enough, you won't be able to tell where one starts and the other stops. And that's where we are now. Who's to say that these drone attacks were Iranian? Actually, I think I heard one of the generals, one of the military leaders who commented on the matter say that they couldn't tell the difference. They mistook the drone for one of our own drones. Well, yeah, I would fucking say so. I guess I would fucking say so. I guess when technology evolves in perpetuity, I guess it does become pretty fucking hard to distinguish an Iranian drone from an American drone or a NATO drone. I guess that is what kind of happens, isn't it? The question is, do we think that's by mistake? And even if we think it's coincidence from a human and political standpoint, do you think it's a coincidence from a metaphysical standpoint? Do you think it's a coincidence from a spiritual standpoint? Do you think that Satan is making them same mistakes, the same human errors we are? See, because I see the evolution of technology to a point where you can't distinguish Iranian drones from NATO and American drones is exactly what Satan has intended it to do, which is why I say one of the great heresies of the West is the scientific method. Remember when I talked about the four heresies of the West on Fearless with Jason Whitlock? And he came back and said, you're talking over people's heads? Well, that's because I need a little bit more time to talk, but y'all want to focus on the fucking Super Bowl, which I could give a flying fuck about when we're going to send it. And the audacity of these motherfuckers. The audacity of these motherfuckers to actually play the national anthem and make some big brouhaha about our allegiance to the military when the NFL and Super Bowl itself is nothing more than a distraction from the endless corrupt wars we're going to go send our troops to go die in. And they're going to tell you that you should observe their memory when all they're doing is getting you to consent to their death. And I'm the extremist. They want you to think I'm the extreme. Well, I guess I am pretty fucking extreme. I guess an idea like that, an insight like that, in a world that's full of jerking off, I guess that is pretty extreme. I'm different. I know, and it makes people very uncomfortable, even in my own personal life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that one person who you know when you're around, you can't talk that same bullshit? You know, there's that one person who in your life who you know you can't be full of shit around. What do you assume people usually, they don't want to be around that person. It's more comfortable to go around the parent you can be full of shit around. It's more comfortable to go around the group of friends you can just talk about anything with. It's more comfortable when you're Cam Newton to talk about sports than it is to dive into that area that really requires some critical thought and some fortitude, some principle. The other way is easier. Death is on our doorstep, but convenience will be the death of freedom. Convenience will be the death of freedom. It's easier. Freedom ain't easy. Freedom ain't going to be given to you. It wasn't given. It's never been given, and it won't be given. It's earned. It's earned. It's sacrificed for. It's lived. It's lived in your mind before it's ever lived out in the world. You have to have a free mentality. And a free mentality isn't, the Iranians, we have to show strength with the Iranians. What the fuck would make you better pray. You better pray that Joe Biden and these other feckless motherfuckers don't get us into a full-scale war with the president in the office that can't remember his own fucking name. What in the fuck would make you think that's a smart move for a nation? We better pray we make it to November without a full-scale war. One, because a full-scale war may be justified to not have an election at all, but two, because I don't think that the person in the fucking seat can handle a full-scale war. And you neocon fucks on Fox News are promoting the shit. Fuck you people. You people know exactly what the fuck you're doing. The Minnesota Republican, you know exactly what the fuck you're doing. Every fucking corner I look around, every rock I pull up, there's an ex-military motherfucker in there talking the same neocon shit. You think we're fucking stupid because we're not military intelligence officers? Well, I think you have an aggrandized view of how intelligent the military really is. How about that? How about we deal with that reality? You motherfuckers aren't as smart as you think you are. And that's why you're afraid of open elections. That's why you're afraid of real democratic process. That's why you're afraid to let the floodgates of the Republican Party open so that the people can actually speak. Because you know you'd lose your power because actually, you know people have a touch of divinity. They have something in them that God's given them that makes them a little bit smarter than you think they are. A little bit smarter than you want them to be. People have that intuition. They're just caught up in the distraction. And the way to safeguard the distraction is to try and consolidate the machine. Yeah. Control the entry. Control the entry. And they're going to control the entry through the RNC. And they're going to control the entry, but through each individual state party. And they're going to control the entry through Fox News. And they're going to control the entry through BlackRock. I mean, imagine you watch Fox News knowing that BlackRock has a majority stake, a 8% stake financially in the company. And you think they're different than Disney? I mean, what kind of cuck do you have to be? And people say, well, why do you call everybody cucks? You're smarter than that. You're more intelligent. Why don't you just educate us? It's hard to educate a cuck.